Hello, everybody. I'm Romy, and this is Mark. For those of you that are new to the Sizzle and haven't been here before, we have some exciting stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. The number one thing that I wanted to do is congratulate Iris on making premiere and what's coming at the end of the month, even more. So Iris has been with us for quite some time. Iris is consistent. She is full of tenacity, and she's just an amazing woman. And so we are beyond excited to congratulate you, Iris, on making premiere. That's fantastic. So happy for you and very proud of you.
Thank you, Romy. Thank you, everybody. Each one of you has a stake in this, in my jump to premiere, because I've gotten things from each one of you. And if you're new on the Sizzle, I'll get things from you. But it's a fun ride. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for being with us. We're very, very grateful to have you with us. So we are going to jump right into Jennifer. So I thought it would be super cool to be able to have Jennifer talk about her journey. So as she was talking before we went on the recording, Jennifer, it will be diamond by midnight tonight. And she's very, very close and organic. So that is fantastic. But so for the most part, a lot of the rock stars that are involved in the Sizzles and just in general involved in rock stars, y'all know Jennifer. And so Jennifer is kind of like Iris as well. It's just, I don't even know how to say it. We love you, Jennifer. We're so proud of you for what you're doing, and really, really grateful to what you are contributing to the team as a whole, and grateful for what you have contributed to my life just by being able to be friends with you. And so I thought it would be awesome for you guys to be able to hear Jennifer's journey, because it's a fantastic journey. She's full of excitement and enthusiasm, and she's got a lot of tips and tricks that she has shared along the way. She's very free and willing to be able to share and help everybody on the journey. What I love about this is that, Jennifer, you are the epitome of what rock stars is as a whole. And so all of you guys that are joining us and are part of rock stars, you all have that. And so I'm just super grateful to have you with us, and I can't wait to hear about your journey.
You guys, my face is gonna really just, my smile is gonna beam off of my face. I'm so grateful for this team. I'm so I can't even explain the feelings that I'm feeling right now. It's something that I've never worked so hard for in my life, but it's because I love it. I found my home. I found such amazing people. Iris, I was so excited to see your premiere promotion, because I've talked to, Iris, and it's just to see her, come into her greatness and become all the things that she's wanted to do. It's just, you guys, I have butterflies. I have butterflies watching everyone. Joanna has been a rock star to me. She's been my mentor. She's helped me get through all of the beginning stages and just kind of helping me to grow. And Lisa Zimmer has helped me. My structure has been my structure is just so spot on from her help from the beginning. She just, like you said, and chatting with you, Romy, opening up and sharing with you, and a lot of people on here, you guys have played such a huge part in this for me. And I said, I wouldn't cry until I hit diamonds. But it's just my journey. I started a year ago, you guys. I'm nervous. I'm not the nervous type. I'm nervous right now, but I started a year ago, and I came into doTERRA. I talked to Joanna, and I've shared, I think I've shared with you guys before. I had struggled with 8 years of addiction, and so Joanna was came in my life at the perfect time. She's my saving grace. It was doTERRA or go back or buy the prescription that I battled with for 8 years. So like, it's just crazy where it's taken me. So I'm just grateful. Because like I said before, I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for doTERRA. Like, I don't think I'd be here. I think my kids would not have a mother, and my husband would be alone. I don't think I'd be here. So when I say I'm grateful for this team, you know, it doesn't even explain it. It doesn't even explain it. So my journey just, I don't want to stop helping people. I feel like I found my home. I feel like, you know, I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to be a part of people's lives. I went to college for like a semester and I dropped out. It wasn't for me. And so I wanted to be a nurse. That was what I wanted to do. And so when that didn't go through for me, you know, I dropped out. I've been a nurse's aide. I've been in hospice care. I've held a lot of people's hands as they've passed. And so I've always had that desire to help people. And like coming into doTERRA it's been all my dreams come true. And so the passion that I've got to do this business, it's because I can help so many people. It's because I can help change so many people. And I'm not even changing their lives. I'm just opening the door to the products that do, you know. Because I could never, I tell people that, you know, it's like, it's not me, I'm just the messenger, you know, I'm just the messenger for the product. So in a year, I've built through social media. It's an amazing tool, you guys. And anybody that ever asks any questions, I'd be happy to share. It's a platform for my voice. It's a platform for my story. It's a platform for me to share my heartfelt story with people. It encourages people. It gives people hope. It was really scary in the beginning because to open up about so many things that have happened to me in my lifetime. It's scary. It's scary to open up and become vulnerable. But now to now get into the process where that helping others or giving other people hope has changed the fear from being vulnerable to the excitement to who can I uplift or who can I inspire today. But that's been that's exactly what the journey's been. It's been, social media has connected me with so many people that I never would have met firsthand if it wasn't for this awesome, amazing tool. So my journey is all done through social media, you guys. I build exclusively through social media, which I try to teach my team to build both ways because I really want to learn to build the other way. I'd love to try to have a class. I would love to host, you know, a make and take, a Lisa Zimmer make and take. I would love to do, you know, those sort of things. But, you know, that pushes me outside of my comfort zone. So, you know, my journey is just one of, I just share my passion, you guys. I share my passion on social media. I love what I do. I love you guys. Like, I love this family. I love this as family as a whole. You know, I feel like I could message anyone that I've come across in doTERRA and just say to them and you know, and strike up a conversation like I've known them forever. And so that's a powerful, powerful tool to have that connection with people. A lot of people are, you know, even myself, you know, a lot of people can be very introverted. And so social media is a whole nother way to take that introvert to become an extrovert, because you are able to have the conversations and really build on your personality. It's taken me so much out of my comfort zone now that, you know, it's a great way to blossom. You know, coming from someone who was a way different person 3 years ago, you know, so I'm still like, my brain is jumbled. I just really, and like having these you know, Romy being able to talk to you on the phone and sharing all of my journey, and like just to hear, you know, just to have those connections, you guys, with you, is just, it means the world to me. I'm here. I know I'm here today because of doTERRA. I know I am. I'm like a scatterbrain though. Right now I'm legit like a scatterbrain. I'm all over the place. but I love building through social media, you guys. It's an amazing tool. If you ever have questions, you can hop on and follow me and just see what I'm doing. The lives I share, I get on there and I share, I just share what the oils can do. I share how my family uses them, and I share it in a way that's okay with doTERRA, and I share it in a way that, people understand my passion behind it. So, and I love my community. I have a closed VIP group that I, have all my people housed in one spot, that they are just an amazing group of people, and it's become like an even more extended family. I love on my team. I just can't see myself doing anything else but this. So thanks for listening. I got all emotional there. It threw me off.
So when you started, you didn't start right out of the gate building?
I did. So when I started, I went right into social media. So I had been, my sister-in-law is in another MLM company, and I watched her team grow. And so she did it just only through social media. Everything that MLM company is done through just social media. So what I did was I took those exact techniques and I turned them into doing it with doTERRA. So when I first started, right out the gate, I just started sharing. I started helping people enroll. I started helping people to see the value in becoming, this is a business for them. Because, I share it with everyone across the board the same way. The products, I show how amazing the products are. I take all of my conversations to Messenger. It's basically like a one-on-one, you guys. So if you think about a one-on-one with someone, it's a face-to-face conversation. That's exactly what I do through Messenger. I have a one-on-one with someone through Messenger, and share with them, what they might need, what oils would be best for them, what products would be best for them. So I share on I don't sell. I share on my public page. It's my personal profile that's public. I share everything there. I try to help funnel everyone into my closed VIP group, where I can educate them a little further. And then if I have to have one-on-one conversations, I take that to Messenger. So it's kind of a 3-step process. And then from there, as we all know, people use and love the products. They come out, they want to be a builder. Then they want to be a sharer. Then they want to be a builder. So it's kind of planting the seeds all along. It's just the same way as, having your classes, your one-on-ones, your make and takes. It's all sort of the same process, except it's done through social media.
So how has your mindset changed from when you first started to today?
So much. My mindset. So I'm a huge pusher of personal development. I tell my team, I say, in the morning, I don't touch my phone and go on Facebook. In the morning, I take a minimum of 30 minutes and I listen to personal development. I go on YouTube and I look up either Les Brown or I even look up like Tony Robbins. If you just put in personal development, there's a ton of stuff that will come up. I make a minimum commitment of 30 minutes in the morning to listen to personal development, because our brain is such a sponge when we first wake up in the morning. So I set the tone right. I set the tone for positivity. I set the tone for, I actually got this from Gina Truman, is every morning I say a mantra. I say, and her mantra too, is that I'm a magnet for miracles. And I say that because I truly believe that what you say is what you become. So I'm really big on affirmations. You guys, I didn't even know what this stuff was a year before I started doTERRA. I had no idea. An affirmation, I wouldn't have been able to explain it to you. So within a year, it's totally shifted my mindset. So I do my personal development in the morning, and then when I go to bed at night, I read. So I read the Audible. I either do it by Audible, and it's something usually uplifting or something that's going to help with my mindset as well. And I also close my eyes to meditation or to some sort of relaxing, like binaural beats music, anything that's going to help enlighten my mindset, to help build my mindset. So, and Joanna said I'm on Marco Polo with her from That's in the middle of my mindset training. She want me to download this app. It's so funny. So funny. But my mindset has become it's changed so much in a year, and I think it's an imperative piece for building through social media or building a network marketing business, because you have to you have to be able to step over those fears. You have to be able to push through the days when you don't want to do it. You have to push through the times when everyone's having a great time and you just need to get your business done first. It's become probably the key piece in the business building for me is definitely personal development.
I agree with that, and especially with like the confidence, and I think that it just, I don't know, I'm the same as you when it comes to like I had a library full of self-help books, but it was all with the idea to fix me. Yeah. It's a completely different way of looking at it for me now. It is a way to make me the best person that I can be in order to be able to help other people become the best that they can be. And then the confidence comes and all of that. But I wasn't in that place at all in the beginning as far as that or dreaming or anything like that. And so I think it's really important for all of us to know that we don't have it all in the beginning, and it is a process, and it is normal to kind of start from scratch for the most part and have that whole learning process and step into ourselves. And then we find our destiny.
So sorry. In the beginning, you guys, I mean, in the beginning when I started this, I didn't even love myself. I didn't love who I was. I was very sad. I was in a very, very dark place. And I took this personal development piece and like marathoned with it, because I just those little baby steps, like, you know, when you read something that clicks and you get that one liner that like sticks with you for the day, you know, and that builds you up just that little bit. And then you go back to it again, and then you've got another paragraph, and that paragraph just makes your heart that much bigger, you know. So I literally marathoned with personal development, because in the very beginning, I did not like who I was. I tell people all the time, I was existing, basically. I wasn't living, I was just existing. I was just here. I was, you know, mentally, I was a body here, and that's hard, you know, but it's doable. It's totally doable. And so I agree with you. You have to, in the beginning, you start, and it's a, you know, it's a slow process. It's a totally a process where you gain strength, you gain knowledge, you gain courage.
And then we gain a community.
Yes.
I think that's one of the things that I learned, that I found in the beginning, is that people want to belong to something bigger than themselves. And that was my first time at convention. That was where the light bulb went on for me, is that I found something that I could make a difference with, that was bigger than me, and make a huge difference. Plus you make a paycheck, you get paid to do it. And that was one of our dreams with the homeless ministry. I just wanted to do it full time. I didn't care what I had to do it. I just wanted to be helping people full time. And it was such a cool feeling when I stepped into that space and realized that doTERRA was going to do that for me, and an even larger group of people to be able to do that. So, but that's what with you and all of us, we're not here. I really believe wholeheartedly that everybody that is with us and joins us has this amazing heart to serve people and to help people and to change lives. And the money is icing on the cake. We need money. It comes to the point where as we move forward and to be able to make a larger impact, we need a larger bank account in order to be able to do some of that. But being able to do it in a community and know that that community loves people without that ulterior motive, it's just a really cool thing to be able to step into that trust and to just love people.
That's it's like my lifelong dream now. It's not my not let me rephrase that. It's not my lifelong because it's only become a dream for me since I started. But started doTERRA. But it's true. Like it's so much bigger than just us, and it's about helping so many people and touching so many lives. And so money does make the world go round. You need money to help people, to travel to help people, to pay for things to help people. Like it's the way it goes. And so why not make a paycheck doing something you love? And that's the thing that I share with my team. I'm like, you guys, you can make an amazing lifestyle out of doing something that you love, and I try to show them, like, figure out what your dream is, and it's okay if it changes. In the beginning for me, it was to stay home and to go back to work, for a full-time accounts payable job, because that's what I was doing. That was my first dream. And then when I accomplished that, you go for the next dream. And every time you have a dream come up, you make another one, and you keep chasing your dreams, because you just grow that way. You grow. The more dreams you can come up with, the more you will grow and achieve them. So my dream is to open halfway houses or recovery houses, and with a holistic approach, because that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What I think is awesome is how that dynamic is starting to show up on the team. Before, when we started, I wanted to have one leg that was just ministry. And that was my idea. And it didn't work like that because God had a different idea. So it ended up to be people that had a heart for ministry and all of that. And it was peppered throughout the whole team rather than the just one leg. And so now there's more fine-tuned helps, the desires for helps that is coming about. And the addiction is starting to rise up in the team, and the desire to help in recovery and all of that is starting to come forth. And so I love watching how the desires of people's hearts are unfolding, and how it is just making the team even more rich in all of that. And we are literally changing the world, one person at a time, and it's fantastic.
I think it's so amazing because, addiction or recovery or, it's sort of a stigma for so many people, because I was ashamed. I hid my secret so well for 8 years because I was ashamed. And so the more I can share my story, and like I said, it's difficult. And I think everyone has a story, not pertaining to like addiction, but I think everyone has a story that they can share that can really connect with someone. And is it scary to come out and say those stories? Yes, because all the thoughts flood through your head, like it's that fear, it's that fear blocking. And so taking that first step to just opening up and sharing the messages that I've received from people and been able to help get them into some sort of protocol that could assist with anything that they were struggling with. It literally gives me chills every time, I get these messages, and they're like 55 days in recovery, 60, and then they're like 90 days. And it's like, I've had the privilege to join their journey with them. And that makes my heart so full. If I can stop anyone, if I can share my story so someone else doesn't have to have one, that's my gig.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks.
So, Joanna, I'd love for you to talk just for a minute about the manifesting part of this, because I've watched Joanna's journey, and I've watched how things shifted for you in the manifestation aspect of it. And I'm watching your whole team come about because you're their leader. And so your team is awesome because that's what you're manifesting. And look at the people that are in Rockstars because of your leadership on your team. And so I'd love for you, if you feel like it, if you could share just a little bit of how that came about just a little bit.
Yeah. I like just look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody pinch me. These amazing women are on my team. Like it's just crazy how grateful I am to have every single one of them here and part of this tribe with us. But yeah, I think for a long time when I first started the business, like I would just work with anybody who said they wanted to be a builder, and I would put my heart and soul into them. And if a lot of times, like basically I wanted it more for people than they wanted it for themselves. And it was exhausting. Like it was exhausting and it was heart-wrenching at the end when they quit or, you know, they gave up on themselves. And I just really was, it was just exhausting to me. And finally, I just had this shift in my mindset. And I said to the universe, God, whatever you guys believe in, whatever your belief system is, and I said, I'm ready to have these amazing, powerful women, strong, positive leaders come into my team. And literally they just showed up one by one. At that point, I already had Lisa Zimmer on my team, and she was like a strong partner with me. We partnered together, and she's incredible. She has a heart of gold, and she helped me, even though she's in my downline. Like she was really like a mentor for me. And then Vera showed up, and Jen showed up, and we just became this tribe. And the more that I started seeing that coming through, the more I kept saying, okay, you know, I got this lady off and running, and she's ready to go, and I'm ready for another leader to come into my business. But basically I would work with each leader one by one until they were ready to, you know, just be on their own and be in their own greatness. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. So Joanna has been with us for a long time, and I've watched her journey. And Joanna, I have the same warm and fuzzies, the same heart for you that I was talking about with Iris and Jen. It's it is like watching our kids make their way through as they're growing up, and you watch them stumble, and you watch them run, you watch them fall. And that's the way that I feel about all of you. I have a heart investment in all of you, and watching your journey, Joanna, has been very inspiring. And you are just an amazing woman. You're an amazing leader, and I'm so grateful for what you and your team as a whole bring to the whole team. And we all have different phases and different positions in the team, in the tribe. And what I love about using the verbiage as tribe, we all have our own little tribes, but then we have a big tribe, and it's nowhere near a clique. I freaking hate cliques, just in case you were wondering. And I don't feel like that at all with the team as a whole. So the journey has been fantastic to watch all of you in the different phases of your journey has just been amazing. So, and as you as leaders, as you grow, please don't let the depth of your leaders stop you from reaching out to your leaders. It doesn't matter where they are on your team. They all have value. It doesn't matter if they're level 10, level 20, or level 2. Everyone on our team has value, everyone, I mean, that's just the way that it is. And I think that if we keep that in mind as we move forward, if you don't hesitate to reach out and build relationships with the people on your team, you will end up with relationships that will blow your mind. They will just make your heart swell. They will make this journey, they will make your business be so much richer, and they'll make your life richer. So don't put limitations on the relationships that you have with the people on your team, because they're all there for a reason.
Lisa Zimmer, 4. And so is Jennifer. She's on my level 4 too. But if I didn't taproot like you encouraged us to, Romy, I still remember learning about taprooting. And I was like, what is this taprooting that Romy's talking about? I was like, I got to do this. And that's how I found Lisa Zimmer.
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing to do that. To have no limitations in the relationship aspect of our business is really powerful. So that's just a little tidbit on the side. Does anybody have questions for Jennifer?
Now's your chance. Diamond in a year. She's got to have some kind of tip for you.
Okay, Jennifer. So how long have you spent on each rank approximately?
So I think, and Joanna maybe, and Lisa can help me remember. So I think it was to gold. Gold was the first rank in, Joanna, help. I think June, July, August, September. I was thinking in 5 months. Gold was the first in 5 months, and I think I held on to gold for quite a few months because it was gold. Silver, I'm sorry, silver in 5, gold in 6 or 7, and you have to forgive me because it's like can't remember. And then platinum just 2 months ago. So gold was like my first one. Silver was my first one, and that was in the 5th month, I believe, of building my business.
I think it might have been sooner than that. I think it was 4 months.
My memory is terrible with it.
Yeah, no, I think silver was really quick. I think it was like 3rd or 4th month, to be honest.
Okay.
Remember, because she beat all of them. So silver was 3, gold was 5.
You guys are awesome. I can't remember for myself. It's terrible. I need more in tune. But I really went at it I really went into it. So like I had a full-time job and a part-time job when I joined doTERRA. When I joined Joanna, I was working a 8 to 6 day, Monday through Friday. And I was also working part-time for my sister-in-law. So doTERRA had to take 3rd seat in my life. And so the first month and a half, I just made that commitment to work it. I gave a commitment to work it an hour and a half a day. So I squeezed it in, and I stuck with it. And then I honestly, you guys, I prayed. I put it out to the universe. I prayed. And this is terrible to say, but I knew the job I was at was. I knew that they weren't doing well. I was in their accounts payable and we weren't paying bills. So I knew they weren't doing well. So I prayed. I said, if this happens as I think it's going, I'm going to take this and run. I'm going to run with this. And so I joined doTERRA in June, and the business closed the doors in end of July. So that was that was like, I prayed for it. And I didn't pray for someone's poor business to go under, but they were already under, and it was already something in the process. I knew it was coming. But I said, if this is what's going to happen, if this is my entry into, really running with this business, then, if it happens, I'm running with it full time. And then when I had the opportunity to work it full time, I worked it like double full time.
I was secretly praying for her to get fired because I knew once she, was out of that job that she was not happy in, and she was able to do doTERRA full time, she would just literally be a diamond in a year. And look at that. Here she is.
I remember telling you that, Joanna. I remember saying to Joanna, like, because I would be working it at work sometimes. I would do it at my lunch, or if I picked up my phone, I would throw a post up there, or I would reach out to someone. But I remember telling Joanna, I'm like, if this happens, and I specifically remember the conversation with her, if this happens, I'm going to run with doTERRA. I'm going to run like my life counted on it. And so the reasons that I was able to, hit those ranks at that level so fast was because I was able to invest in it full time.
So just a quick side note here. It's fantastic. It's super exciting. It's all the good stuff that Jen made Diamond in a year. Fantastic. This is not meant to, however, kick in some thoughts of comparison. So like I said before, this is everybody's journey. Everybody does their thing their own way. This is all about celebrating someone else's success. And the more we celebrate other people's success, then the more we will be blessed in the process. So that really is what that is about. It is nothing negative on the side. Please don't grab a hold of any bondage in that part of it.
I say that all the time. Like, comparison is, I watched another MLM company. I watched 10,000 other women in an MLM company for 2 years, and I was their biggest cheerleader. Every single one of them. I cheered and I sat back with just the watch and the awe, and like and it was never a comparison, because I knew that would only, it would only hurt what I wanted to do in life and not help. And so, like you said, it's no one's journey. Everyone has their own journey. And that's the amazing part of this. Like, we all have our own story. So the journey is yours. Own it and love it, and don't ever compare, because if I sit back and compare to myself to Presidential Diamonds right now, I wouldn't be sitting here, got to where I was. It would have taken all the fun out of it for me. So
yes, that's a huge point. It takes the fun out. And Karina and I went to an event in the very beginning, and I can't remember the lady's name, but one of the things that stuck with me, she said, if you are not having fun while you're doing your business, you're doing something wrong. So it's super, super important. If you don't have peace, you don't have joy, you're not having a good time, do some self-reflection and do some shifting, because this should be fun. Yes, there's stress. Yes, we need peace. Yes, we need, we need that as we go, because that's just how it goes sometimes. However, it's still in the grand scheme of things, this is fun. It's fantastic. It's just good. It's full of goodness if we're doing it right.
I think if you compare Jennifer's journey with my journey, they are completely different in their timeline, but we have the same goals pretty much. We have people we want to help, and I've been with doTERRA almost 4 years, but I've had to take this journey this way for me to be the good what's the word for when you're cheering somebody on for stroke, people with stroke type symptoms. And so everybody's different, but oh, isn't it fun, Jen?
Yes. And that's just it. I am just as excited for Iris to be Premier as I am for Jen to be Diamond. So that's where it's at for me. So
I was so excited to see Iris as Premier. I was so excited. I was jumping for joy for her, because that's what it's all about, it's to enjoy everyone's journey. Because like Iris said, we're all here for the same cause, to help change the world. Like we're all here for the same purpose. And there's a lot of people in the world to help. So not one person can do that by themselves.
Yep. Yep. All right. Questions, comments, takeaways?
Have you checked your back office lately?
It's right behind the screen, so I'm trying. It's like this. It's like half here and half there. I have like, I have some people to plug in certain places. And so again, like I get so nervous because it's the addition part of it. It doesn't update fast enough for me. It's just exciting to kind of go on this journey with all you guys, and like to make so many friends and meet so many people, and to just, be able to call this like one big doTERRA family. It's certainly the most uplifting part about reaching your goals in the business. So I'm grateful for all of you guys.
I have one quick little question for you, Jen. You and Vera just got back from a little trip to California with the Trumans. Is there any takeaways that you want to share with us from that little trip?
Sure. That was probably one of the most amazing experiences that I ever had. Vera and I and all the other people that were there, we laughed a lot. It was a great time. Gina Truman and Boyd and Sandy, they have legit hearts of gold. And the biggest takeaway that I got from that trip was lead with your heart. They're very much so into, if you lead with your heart, everything else follows. And I feel like that's what this team does already. So it's not, you don't lead with the business. You don't lead with the money. It's you lead with your heart and everything else follows. They shared some really cool things on this trip. And one of the things like Boyd had shared it, and it was such an amazing way to look at it, is he said, there was times they wanted to quit, and they'll be very open and honest about that they've wanted to quit. And Gina said the same thing. And, Boyd said, I think it was David Sterling who called him, and he had said to him specifically, he said, if you quit, what's going to happen to all these people that you've helped? And so that really opened up Boyd's eyes to like, if I quit, if he quit, we all of us wouldn't be here. So like that was really eye-opening, because what if I quit? My team's still baby new. I still have I'm just brand new into this, but what if I quit? I have all those people that are counting on me to carry on and continue. So it put it in a way that made you feel so special. So whoever you have on your team, they're counting on you. Your customers, they're counting on you. And then, look at where they are. Boyd and Sandy are, 10 years later with 700,000 people plus underneath them. What if they quit? So that was really a great perspective to look at. As far as it was just a great experience to see, just like you guys, to see top leaders in the company that have the same exact struggles that we do, you guys. They have the same struggles. They've had legs fall apart. They've had people quit. They've had, things, people stop ordering. They've had everything that we've experienced. They've had trouble enrolling. They've had trouble with people believing in them, but they pushed through it. They pushed through it, and there they are sitting with an enormous team, but they still are genuinely themselves. They are like, when I say you can walk up to them and literally hug them like it's your relatives, that's the feeling that they give you. So this team all the way up to the Trumans is just the best team you could get on in this company, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. So don't quit.
That's right. That was all really good. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Any more?
No.
Meeting Boyd and Sandy and Gina was also a turnaround point for me. So it is.
Well, for both of us.
Yeah.
We went to our first leadership conference, and it was in Park City. And Sandy and Boyd had rented a house in Park City, and they invited us up to their house after everything was done that day. And we sat around the fireplace talking to them until probably 2 or 3 in the morning. And it was just like Jennifer said, it was like old friends or a part of a family. And we knew then that we were really onto something great. I mean, right now, Boyd and Sandy are one of the highest paid couples in doTERRA. I can't even imagine how much money they make a year, even a month. But you can walk up, like Jennifer said, and talk to them like I talked to Romy, or it's just amazing. It hasn't, and Gina's the same way. Gina is actually Boyd's upline, and you know, she was one of the first ones to ever sign up with doTERRA. And on that note of comparing yourself to others, Gina didn't hit Blue Diamond. She hit Blue Diamond the same time we did. So, and she was in it like 2 years longer than us. And she just last year hit Presidential Diamond. So it took her 10 years or 9 years or something like that to hit Presidential Diamond. She was one of the founders of the company. So don't ever compare yourself to someone else. She has one of the largest teams in doTERRA, but she never hit Presidential. So don't compare. Yeah.
Totally. All right, we're doing really good. We got 10 minutes to spare before we're late. Let's do a giveaway quick.
Hurry.
Okay. So we got the GoPro book.
Yay.
Remember, you gotta have your camera on to win a prize.
Here. Awesome.
Wait, how do we know?
Yeah.
It might not even be her.
Are you ready?
Yep.
The winner of the GoPro is Vera Ventura.
Woo!
All right.
Awesome. Congratulations.
We got something else?
Thank you. Shampoo.
Oh.
Who's running low? And the winner of the shampoo is Cinda Garst.
All right, Cinda. Do we have another one?
You know it.
Wow, he's
Serenity.
Right.
What is that?
Serenity.
Oh, okay.
And the winner of the Serenity is Debbie Winchester.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
I bet you have one more there.
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's too bad.
Shoot.
I was going to let you give away one more, but you don't have one.
Should I grab one?
One more for Justin Fuller.
Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. The next one, I know what you have, is a deep blue 5 mil.
Sweet.
And the winner of the deep blue is Jen. Jen, you, Jen.
Awesome.
Oh.
I could use all the deep blue after sitting in a chair for 6 hours. Trust me. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So the winners, if you will send your address to Kenzie, she will get it off to you. Congratulations. Thank you guys all for coming and joining us. Thank you just for being part of our lives. We love you guys and we appreciate you more than you will ever know. So, oh, yes.
Romy,
Yes.
yeah, two Jens both got really excited.
They're both getting a deep blue. No worries. I got you
Thank
covered.
you. Got it. Woo! Both of them.
Yay!
Oh.
I love the giveaways. Okay, so I have one more thing that we want to share, but you can shut the recording off, Kenzie.
Okay.
Please.